Hello, this is Mary from Bloom with Mary, BLOOM with Mary.co.uk, and I'm making this short video to share what I eat and drink in the morning because I thought it might be useful if you're interested in an idea. It may or may not work for you because everyone is different, but kind of idea about something that I believe for me really helps me feel good, sets myself up for the day, and gives me energy, and basically is something I have developed that I think works really, really well, and I came up with the idea of sharing with you. Now, depending where you found this video, you may know already that I work with women going through perimenopause, menopause, who are struggling with unwanted symptoms. Personally, I am post-menopause, so I don't have, for example, I'm past the hot flushes, night sweat stage. I wish I had known about this before because so much of this would apply even if you're earlier on. And in fact, even if you're male or not menopausal, I think the sorts of things I'm doing are absolute key foundations for a healthy day, if you like, getting yourself going. So the first thing I do is always have a glass of water. It's usually been sitting out at night, so it's room temperature, not too cold, too much of a shock for the system. That goes through first of all. That's quite a large glass of water, fuller than that, but a glass that size. I then might make myself a lemon tea. So you'll see in the picture, I either squeeze a chunk of lemon, I would have cut that down in half or in thirds, or if you're concerned about your teeth, because I know that lemon is acidic on your teeth, or you're travelling, or you want an easier option than getting a lemon out of the fridge and cutting it, try the lemon essential oil. You could just put one drop in as water. So I make a hot tea, but I don't tend to drink it while it's boiling hot. I leave it to cool. In fact, one of the advantages, even if I'm rushing around, it's cooled down quite a lot, I still like it. I don't mind what sort of temperature it is. Now, in that lemon tea, I also put a drop of essential oil called Smart and Sassy. The reason I do this, first of all, it smells wonderful. It's citrusy and peppermint, and it wakes me up. So it's a great sort of like, whoa, okay, get me going in the morning. But also with the citrus, particularly things like grapefruit, it's blood sugar level balancing. So I tend not to have my breakfast till later in the morning, unless I'm off doing something. For example, on Saturday morning I do Pilates at 9:30. I eat before then. But other mornings, so try several mornings a week, I will do intermittent fasting, which means I don't have my breakfast till later. And the Smart and Sassy balances your blood sugar levels, which actually means you don't feel hungry, so it helps deal with those cravings. So whether you're trying to do intermittent fasting like me, or whether you have sugar cravings and are looking for something that will go, yes, I can have this, that will actually help reduce my cravings. It's great because it's something you can do as well. I always believe there are things that we're thinking about, but also it's great to have something physically you can do to avoid reaching for the sugar, alcohol, whatever it is. So that's this is all doTERRA products I'm talking about. It's a Smart and Sassy blend to wake me up and keep me not feeling hungry. I don't feel hungry for quite a while after I've had that. So that kind of kicks me off. I will make my overnight oats. I actually make them in the morning because I don't tend to have them till later. But if you're busy, you can make these the night before. You can even make several days in advance. Just have a big pot in the fridge and just dollop a few out. And if you travel, don't put it in plastic. So when I travel, I might put it in a jam jar, which if you feel like you need to recycle, if you can't bring home, or some form so you can take it with you if you need to be off in the morning before you want to eat it. Dead easy from the fridge. Now, in my overnight oats, I have quite a lot of things. So I have oats, I have whole organic rolled oats, not the processed sort of powdery ones. Quite a small amount, a tablespoon or maybe two, not even quite that much. Beware if you've got any gluten intolerance, oats has gluten unless it's the gluten-free one. I then add quinoa oats. I never know how to pronounce that. Quinoa. So you can get, sorry, flakes. So you can get those in flakes. So if and the thing about quinoa is that it's full of protein and it's got lots of good nutrients for you. Really, really good. So I put maybe a tablespoon, maybe a bit less of that. I then put some maca powder in, MACA. That's a phytoestrogen and good for supporting menopausal, perimenopausal hormone balances. I then go to my freezer, and in there I have some ground flax seeds or linseed. So I buy packets of linseeds. Once every few weeks, I grind them. I've got an old coffee bean grinder, but I keep them in the freezer because once you've ground seeds, they will go off. They'll go rancid really quickly and they'll lose their power, their nutrients. So I keep mine in the freezer, otherwise grind them freshly. Much cheaper to do them yourself than buy those packets. And flax seeds are amazing, again, for supporting estrogen and hormonal levels. They've also got lots of your essential fats. So there's all sorts of things in linseeds or flax seeds. I then add some frozen fruit, whatever's to hand. Beware strawberries. Strawberries are number one of the dirty dozen in terms of the most toxins. And if you are struggling with hormonal balance and hormonal issues, reducing toxins in your body is essential, because what happens is some of those toxins are exoestrogens, which means that the estrogen receptors think they're kind of estrogens. They attach the estrogen receptors and block the actual estrogen doing its work. So strawberries are number one. So be careful about frozen strawberries. I tend to have blueberries, to be honest. Sometimes I have summer fruits or raspberries. They're in my freezer. Doddle, just put a few on, and that's that done. Occasionally I will grate an apple in there if I fancy that, or maybe half an apple. I then add chia seeds, whole chia seeds. You could grind them, but I add whole chia seeds. If you're making this in a hurry, the chia seeds probably need 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes to kind of swell out and stop being sort of all gritty. But the oats need longer to soften. Chia seeds are amazing. They have all your essential amino acids. They have essential fatty acids, all sorts of things. They are just amazing. And if you don't get them in here, stick them in a smoothie, add them to yogurt. Try and find a way of eating those every day. Thoroughly, thoroughly recommended. And the final thing I add in is pumpkin seeds. Ideally, they should be pre-soaked. I have to confess, I don't always get round to that. And again, if you can leave them for an hour or two, then they'll soften. You don't really taste them. They don't particularly taste crunchy once they've softened. Chia seeds, by the way, about a tablespoon. The flax seeds, well, I could sort of go a bit like that, but I guess it's the best part of a tablespoon, maybe half a tablespoon. Pumpkin seeds, I put maybe a couple of dozen in, something like that. Pumpkin seeds are, again, estrogen supporting. And in fact, if you're interested in seeds, look at something called seed cycling. That's where you alternate what seeds you have, particularly if you have cycles, but still can be very, very powerful post-menopause. So I then add my liquids. I add 3 things. First of all, I put kefir. Kefir is fantastic for your gut. It's got loads and loads of good bacteria in it. So I put, I don't know, a dollop, 2-3 tablespoons. I'll then add a nut milk, because particularly with the chia seeds, you need some liquid because they will swell up and absorb the liquid. And the longer you leave the oats, the more they will swell up as well. Or the flakes and the seeds, I should say. I use nut milk generally. I don't have so much dairy. I'll have dairy milk in my tea and coffee, but nut milk you need ideally organic, not processed and not added other things. Look for something that's just got the nuts and water and maybe salt or something like that in it. And the less long it lasts, the less preservatives and the better it is. So, and I just stir that all up and leave it. As I say, I know that sounds a lot, but I've sort of got them all lined up in my cupboard. It takes me about 2 minutes to make it, but you can even make several days in advance. Now, the other things you'll see in the picture are supplements, some other oils, and some Brazil nuts. So Brazil nuts are full of selenium. They are really, really important for supporting lot of elements of your bodily functions, but hormones is one of the key elements. So I literally, almost like with my medicine, I write by, not my medicine, my supplements, I have a jar of Brazil nuts, and I have a couple of those as a supplement to make sure I have something every day. If you really don't like Brazil nuts, because they do have quite a strong taste, you can buy them in dark chocolate. Good quality chocolate I'd go for. And that's not all bad, because chocolate's actually got antioxidants, is good for you, but maybe only one or two. You'll see also Clary Calm on the picture. Now this is an amazing blend of essential oils for supporting women's health, hormonal health, and it can be useful both when you're menstruating but also post-menopause to support the production, the very changed but much more limited production of estrogen and progesterone. So I roll her a bit. I tend to roll her a bit on the back of my neck and then go straight into brain and the bloodstream. That's one of the really good places to roll her, on the back of essential oils that you really want to provide a therapeutic function. And then finally, the supplements. You'll see supplements in a little container and the boxes at the back. So this is called Lifelong Vitality. They're doTERRA supplements. There are 3 in the box, and if you want to be sure you are taking all the supplements that you need, they have them all in there. So you've got all your omegas, your essential oils, which consistently is like the #1 thing to eat, or make sure you are consuming when you're perimenopause, menopause, arguably actually everywhere in your life, but for hormone function, it's so crucial to have your omegas. Now, first and foremost, get them from your diet. I personally use supplements as a bit of an insurance, a bit of a backup. I still eat like some chia seeds virtually every day. I don't always have this cereal, by the way. I do occasionally have something like a cooked breakfast, while I might have eggs and spinach, but most days I will be having the chia seeds. I will cook with coconut oil. I have oily fish several times a week. I have avocado around, so I'm still getting, and olive oil as well. I make a homemade salad dressing with olive oil. So I'm still getting them, but as a bit of an insurance and a backup. So you've got a full range of vitamins and minerals, and you've also got things like frankincense essential oil, which is really good for cellular renewal. Now, the thing about the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality is they actually have a guarantee on it. So if you're interested in trying it, you can try it for, I think it's, so you get 30 days in a pack. I think you have up to 45 days. If you don't think it's made any difference or helped you, you can return it and get your money back. So it's actually a bit of a no-brainer. I've always taken some form of supplements, and I've now converted to these because I trust the quality of them and what they've got in things like the frankincense and other essential oils included, I think is amazing. So it's quite a long time, but to explain it, but it's actually quite simple. It all just sits out there on the side, and I just pick it up and I'll have that, and that. And I do sometimes have the supplements in the evening. Ideally, you have 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, but it depends how I feel. I don't always have the evening ones. You could have 2 a day or even 1 a day if you want to make them last longer. But for the full effects, it's 4 a day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. So I just thought I'd share some of that. Not all of it may be relevant for you, but there might be some ideas and some inspiration there. If you're interested in knowing more about the doTERRA, do get in touch. You can just book a time straight in my diary, really easy. Just go to www.bloomwithmary.co.uk/contact and you'll see my availability, or just ping me an email if you'd like to know a bit more. And I hope that's helpful. I hope that's inspired you to make sure your morning routine is really working for you, waking you up, giving you the energy you need for the day. Thank you.